I'm still focused on Claro and trying to get Claro to the end of the to make Claro stable. We have a few things still, a few issues just blocking there. So the work is being focused on there, and also a few other small. Well, maybe one that with time it's not going to be small, but other things that are going to kind of move from Claro that are going to improve the admin UI. Basically, I'm just focused on UI stuff. On one side, we're trying to change the way the layouts or the admin UI work, like maybe giving the option to have like 2 or 3 columns using the settings tray on other pages, and these kind of things, like to make forums more usable in general. And some other things that we're thinking about is, for example, creating a design system, like a public design system published on the web, like that can be used not only for Claro, but also for all the other decouple apps and decouple menus and these things. So we are just doing these several things, and also other small things like adding the new editor role. Well, actually, it's going to be like 2 roles. Probably it's going to land soon, because on the standard profile we're going to have not only the admin and anonymous, but also this that will also let us create the famous dashboard page that we've been waiting for probably 15 years or something like that. So having this editor role, we might be able to have these things and special menus for this menu for the role, or these kind of things. A lot of small things just going on and trying to finish Claro at some point. I see more Claro like the base for whatever comes next. It's just that for now, Claro has been more like the way, the step between the real new modern interface and what we had, which was 7. So basically, it's the base for whatever we built on top of that. And right now, it's using this design system, but it's not pulling the code from somewhere else. It just everything is in there. So probably I would say that as we said that in the past, probably it's like this step between the future where we implement maybe, I don't know if it's going to be decoupled in the future or not, the whole UI, or maybe there are some distributions that are going to use this decouple system. I don't know. I would say that's the base where all the other things are going to be built on top of that. And ideally, it should be something that if we want to refresh the design, we don't have to build everything from scratch. We just have to refresh the buttons or refresh some styles in there, and we don't have to reinvent the wheel every time that we want to change the design for the admin UI. So I would say that's more the basic stones for the future, more than like that, because ideally that's something also that was discussed in the past, is that the admin UI and JavaScript, I don't even remember the name right now. It was such a huge initiative that it was almost impossible to finish. So in the future, we're going to probably have smaller initiatives where we have a clear goal and we know when we're going to reach the end. And we got there, we close the initiative and we start a new one, because otherwise it's just a way to burn people on the way, never finishing. And we were like 2-3 years working on that, and so it's more like a basic thing, and from there we're going to ideally create other things. Drupal is Drupal, and you can't just change everything from one day to another. You have to introduce small changes over time. And actually, the JavaScript initiative made really good progress in a lot of sites. It's just that it wasn't able to just finish everything that we wanted to do. So I think it's smarter to just try to have a smaller initiatives. Makes more sense. Gin is actually a great theme, and actually, so a lot of the things that we envisioned for Claro are actually implemented on Gin. It's just that it's not that easy to implement that on Claro. Not especially now that is in core. It's not that easy to change something in core. Like if we want to add the dark theme, which is actually something that I really was looking forward, and or just changing a few other things that Gin has actually implemented already. And every time you try to move something in core, it's like someone came and said, no, but have you thought about that thing and the other? It's like a chain of things, a chain of issues that first you need to solve this, and all the other things. So core, it's way slower. So it's really great that Gin is there, because with Sasha, we've discussed a lot of times that he's implementing things in a really fast way, and probably sometimes not thinking on other core stuff. And it's like the way of for testing a few things, and sometimes he said, yeah, we can implement that, but we are not going to implement the other thing because it's not working properly or something like that. So all the experience Sasha is getting with Gin and all the feedback that he's getting, it's actually something that we can take back to Claro with some experience or some user testing, we could say like that. But yeah, Gin is just really free to move forward, and it's really great. So probably I would say the future of Claro is closer to what Gin has in there right now. There are so many things that I would love to have in there, and it's not as easy because, yeah, some of the, well, that's another conversation, but yeah, the problem about having people engage over time, contributors engage over time, is one of the big issues in there. And yeah, anyway, I don't know, there are so many features that I would like. Probably the thing that I think it will make a huge change, because I'm thinking more on the UX side of all these things, is that so far, people that has been building websites are developers or site builders making UX decisions, and they are deciding how Drupal is going to look like for the final client. And a lot of time, these people doesn't even know what's the best thing to do for creating a form, what's the best way to organize a form, or if they should choose a select box or a checkbox, or sometimes you just see really crazy stuff because people really don't have this information. I think it would be great to have a way to direct the site builders towards better experience. I don't know if maybe with UI information right in there, like, are you sure that you want to have a select box? Are you going to have more than 20 items on the select box? Then don't choose that and choose something else, or something like that. So some kind of help on the way to let, obviously with more options, also to create forms and to create this UI. But at the end, it's not that Drupal is not easy to use. It's just that the Drupal sites that we create, we probably spend more time creating the features than spending time on the UI that later on someone is going to spend a lot of hours working in there. And then they say, oh, that's a really shitty UI experience. But it's like, probably I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, if you have someone that knows what they have to do, if they had some experience building these forms and making these calls, then Drupal will be easier to use. So if people were building probably, and they had more tools, it would probably have another experience, and that will be way easier. I think something like that, the way that we build the final UIs for users, will probably be the best thing. in a long term. But yeah, obviously it couldn't be like, let's have that for Drupal 10. No, that won't happen that easy. So yeah. It was the summer of the year before, of 2019. And actually by that time, because I had nothing to do apart from being at home and working. It was really good, and we were able. I was on a big project at the time, so I felt really lucky because in Spain, as you know, and a lot of other places, a lot of people lost their jobs, and I felt so lucky that I had a job. I had a good job. I was able to work even more hours if I wanted, and it was really, really cool to be able to. Well, it wasn't cool to not be able to get out of home because of the pandemic, but I was super lucky to be able to have a good job with good teammates, and yeah, it was really, on that side, it really didn't feel that bad. And especially at the beginning, I was also trying to participate on online events also. So I've been trying to also join DrupalCons and everything, and all these weekly meetings. So I think I've tried to keep as much engaged as I can with the Drupal community, as much as we can, because we are not able to see each other yet. But yeah, it's been a huge difference. It's strange to not see people that you are used to see like several times per year and not see them at all. It's really strange. That's what I miss the most. I mean, obviously you can record a session and then watch that on YouTube. I mean, I'm not missing that much of sessions. I'm missing the people, the community itself. That's the thing that I'm missing. I hope next year it's going to be like a normal year again. But yeah, basically this kind of events are the best thing, guys, I would say. So thank you for having me here, for letting me talk a little bit about that. And I hope we see each other soon, maybe next year in Conil or somewhere else. Let's see what happens.